Well, hello once again. Ho, ho, ho. This is the Christmas show, the Provem Wrong Christmas show. We are live in the studio right now, so if you are watching live, call me 1-800-492-5186 and let us know what you're thinking about and what are your plans for the new year. What are your plans for the new year? You got to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So that's what we're going to talk about this year, tonight, excuse me, as we end this year on the last Proven Wrong show of the year. And so I want to just challenge you, call your friends, call your neighbors, say, hey, that dude in the black with the Proven Wrong on We Believe TV, he on live tonight. I've been telling you about him. He is live tonight. And tell him to tune in because we are excited about what we're going to talk about tonight. You know, I always start the show with current events, and I got a chance to. Last week I was out of town. I had an early Christmas. I got a chance to go to Washington D.C. My daughter and granddaughter is in the Maryland area, and my son Joseph is in D.C. area, stationed there. He's in the Navy, and then my daughter who lives in Waco, Texas. Surprised us, and she came to visit to hang out with us. So I had 3 of the 6 together and 1 of the 2 granddaughters together, my wife and I, and we had a great time. Great time, great weather in D.C. Got a chance to do the monument tours at night on an outdoor trolley at night, and it was good. But I tell you that Martin Luther King statue, the stone statue of Dr. King, you gotta go see it. And seeing it at night, I don't know, I hadn't seen it in the daytime, but at night it's lit up, dark background. It is moving. It is just moving. Beautiful. Shout out to whoever created it and carved that thing out of stone. Man, go check it out. Go check it out. If you get a chance to go to see D.C., go check it out. Walked on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial, saw the Lincoln Memorial at night, and was on the step 13. That's the step Dr. King was standing on at the March on Washington, and when he delivered that iconic speech. And so that was moving as well. So got a chance to just hang out, have good time, good fellowship, good fun. Probably the highlight of my trip was we went to dinner at this restaurant, and we're all sitting at the table, and the waitress comes with the bill, and my two of the 3 started arguing over who was going to pay for it. And they both wanted to pay for the dinner. And that was fun. I almost stood up in the restaurant and said, I've arrived. I have arrived. I got children with money. They arguing to pay for the meal. And that was fun. That was cool to watch them do that. And so thank God for having successful children with careers that can not only take care of themselves, but spend a little money on their mama and daddy. Here and there. So that was fun. Got a chance to, we stayed in a hotel, real fancy hotel for the first 3 days. And then one night we stayed, then 2 nights we stayed with my son, but we stayed with my daughter as well. She's moving to Italy. So she's getting married and her husband is stationed in Italy. So her and my granddaughter will be moving to Italy in June. And so it's probably was our last time getting to hang out with them all at the same time. So that was good. That was fun. Then get back to Jackson. And wow. Come back to Jackson. And it's like Merry Christmas from Jackson Public School. Jackson Public School leadership for Christmas this year are closing schools. That's the gift. We're closing schools. We're going to leave abandoned buildings in the community. Add more blight to the city of Jackson. Just chaos. Still just chaos. And I think one of the saddest things I saw in the news, one of the saddest, not the saddest, but one of the saddest, when I saw the Jackson Public School superintendent say Well, the next superintendent would have to deal with that, and basically said, I'm out of here. I've caused chaos. I've done this. I've done that. But I know I'm not going to be around long. I know they're going to replace me, and I'm out of here. This was just a stepping stone. I really didn't care. I'm reading between the lines, so these are my own words. I really didn't care about this community. I'm not part of this community. Never was a part of this community. This was a feather in my cap, and I really don't like it, so I'm out of here after causing all this chaos. So, man, now those are not his words. Those are my words. The first part was his words when he said the next superintendent will have to deal with this. So, Merry Christmas, Jackson Public School. And so, man, what a way to send kids home for Christmas, knowing that next school year in 2024, their building will be shut down. And if they live in a community where school will be closed, windows will be broken, and vandalism will take place because it's already started. It has already started in this city. And so that's sad. That's sad. Probably the saddest thing that I've heard is the incident where the child abuse in West Jackson. Oh man, when adults abuse a child to the magnet, any type of abuse, but definitely when adults are beating a child, when the police says this, it was horrific, and words of that nature, those adults need to be abused. Hey, we got to do something different. We got to do something different. Just arresting them and locking them up, that's not good enough. You abused a child who can't defend themselves. You brought them into the world, and now you want to treat them like this? If you were going to be that much of an abusive parent, why did you even have the baby? Is it because the abortion laws? Is it because they made it difficult for you to get an abortion, or what was it? I don't understand. Now I'm pro-life and I'm pro-choice. I believe it's a woman's choice to do what a woman wants to do with her body, and so I'm pro-choice. But I'm also pro-life because if you have that child, take care of the child. If you brought the child into this world, be responsible and take care of a child. And so for all the folks who are pro-life and they anti-abortion, but you want to force a woman to have a child, these are the type things that could happen. They didn't want the baby in the first place. Oops, my bad, it's an accident. But now you're going to abuse this child because it's here, and you brought the child here. So I hope that whoever the adult was in this case, the mama's boyfriend, or whoever, when they get to jail, I hope they get abused. I don't know. You can write me, send me an email, tell me I'm wrong. But this the Provem Wrong show. We got to do things to prove folk wrong. We got to do something different. Because what has been working is not working. All right? It's not working. Having these babies and leaving them with the grandmamas, and then you go and have 3 or 4 more, that ain't working no more either. Because now we're seeing the result of it in our communities where people are walking the street looking like they wish a car would run them over because they don't look like they have any hope or anything to live for. And it's getting worse. So, another thing in current event, the police department says crime is down. Really? Does crime seem down to you? Does it seem like crime is down this year? Well, I guarantee you those who've been victimized by crime in 2023 wouldn't say crime is down. Those who are still afraid to go to the City of Jackson Christmas parade, or those who are afraid to go anywhere outside of their normal routine because of fear of carjacking, fear of getting robbed, fear of assault, fear of the house getting broken into. I don't think they feel like crime is down. But I understand statistically, our leadership says crime is down for 2023. But again, also remember, a lot of crime didn't get reported early in the year. It was sort of hush hush, cover up. We want it to seem like it's getting better. So I don't know how true it is, and we still have a few days left in this year. I'm not speaking doom and gloom, but we still have to do some different things. Shout out to Chief Wade. Seems like he has a handle on things, but the police can't police everyone. It's going to take family members to love each other, care for each other, encourage each other, support each other, and turn each other in. When you know your family members out there wilding out, hey, turn them in. Do something. Anonymous phone call. Help them. Help them on the front end. Because if they keep wilding out, they're going to hurt somebody, and they may hurt you. All right? So, and finally, I want to just give my condolences to the Mr. Little, longtime band director, Jim Hill High School, passed away. And he was actually my son Joseph's band director when he played trombone at Jim Hill. And Joseph found out about it while he was in D.C., and he was really touched, and kind of took him back for a minute. You know, I'm glad we were there as family to kind of help him process that, because he was under Mr. Little's care for 4 years in the band at Jim Hill. So my condolences goes out to Mr. Little, his family, his cousin Roderick Little, Dr. Little from Jackson State Band, was Lanier's band director, and he was my son's band director at Lanier and at Jackson State. So, again, our condolences go out to the Little family. All right? So, this show tonight, we got to brighten it up a little bit. This is the Provem Wrong show, Christmas edition, going into the new year. And I want to know, what are your plans for the new year? You know, I was thinking, why is it that we keep doing some of the same stupid things in this city and in our community? I'm seeing some of the same mistakes, same things happening over and over again. And as I drive through the city, I was like, man, why are they tearing up this road again? They just fixed this road, i.e. Daniel Lake exit. That road has been broken up, paved, half paved, broken up again. Now they're working on it again. But I don't get it. It hadn't been that cold, so we hadn't had pipes freezing yet. We hadn't got the pipe freezing type weather yet. So I think it's just shabby job, shabby workmanship. Folks are not taking pride in their work. Oh, my goodness. So when this happens, and you see this is happening in our city, in our community, you're seeing more and more folks without jobs, filing for unemployment, not getting unemployment, brothers who don't want to work, sleeping around with this woman and this woman and this woman because she got a HUD voucher, she got a HUD voucher, she got a HUD voucher. So he don't have to work because he can go over there and sleep with her, eat with her EBT card, eat with her EBT card, eat with her EBT card. So at least he gonna have 2 or 3 where he can just go lay up with, and he really ain't got to do a whole lot. But the result of that in our community is a whole lot of single parents, single moms, and a whole lot of kids not knowing who their fathers are. Identity crisis, because you get your identity from your daddy. And our community is steady crumbling. It is crumbling. So if we're going to change it, we got to do things differently, y'all. And so that's what I want to kind of land on today. As we go into the new year, I hope we will begin to start planning and thinking differently. Take a real hard look at your life, a real hard look at where you are now, And do you want to be there 6 months from now? Plan it out. Where do you want to be 6 months from now? Where do you want your children to be 6 months from now? Not even a whole year. Let's just take small steps. 6 months from now, where do you want to be? You can't just, it's not going to happen just by osmosis, just because you want it. No, you got to work it. And it's not going to happen just because you say, I have faith. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. I'm talking to the church folk. Just because you say you're going to have faith, y'all know, listen, let me slow down. Y'all know I have a bunch of antique cars. I have an antique car collection. And I remember I had this 53. I have a 53 Chevy. And I drove it to church a couple times. It's blue. It's beautiful. And this one sister saw my car. And she keeps seeing it. And every time she saw it, she's an older lady. And she said, I want that car. That's going to be my car. How much you want for it? And I told her. I want that car. I'm believing God for that car. I'm believing God for that car. Now, this has been probably 3 years. And when I see her, she said, where's my car? I said, I still have it. I'm believing God. Okay. And so this woman will not get that car just because she believe it. The Bible says faith without works is dead. So you can believe you're going to get this house, but if you ain't doing nothing to get it, if you ain't working to get it, if you ain't praying, if you ain't fasting, if your credit is jacked up because you don't pay your bills and folks can't trust you, you're not getting it. You got to do something. We all have to do our part. So if we think Jackson is going to come back and Jackson is going to be this and Jackson going to be that, and we believe in this, but you're not doing anything to make it better, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Maybe in the next generation, but you and I won't see it. So as far as me, I'm going to do my part. I'm going to do my part for everything around me. I'm going to do my part. I went to work out this morning at the Ark. 6 o'clock this morning, I'm at the Ark. I'm getting out the car about 5:45, probably about 5:55, 5 minutes before 6. And when I get out the car in the parking lot, there's a bag of trash. I think it was a big old bag of Wendy's and a can of Tire Shine that they sell at the gas station, the white can. It was obvious it fell out of somebody's car, because it's in a big empty parking lot. Either they put it out of their car. Maybe it fell out or they put it out. Now, I'm on my way to work out and it's cold. But that's in the parking lot. And I was taught as a child, don't walk past trash. Even if you didn't put it there, don't walk past trash. So it didn't take nothing. It didn't even take me 10 seconds to bend down, pick up that trash, and as I was walking to the front door of the Ark, drop it in the trash can. Now, that may seem insignificant for some, but I see folks in Jackson open their door and throw trash out at a red light. I see trash thrown out the windows all the time. And I'll be the first to tell you, I was a guy that used to do that. Back in the day, in my dumb, stupid days when I was drinking and driving, I'd drink a beer, throw the can out the window. Throw the bottle out the window. I used to do that. I was stupid, ignorant, not realizing I'm littering. I was just making sure the evidence wasn't in the car just in case I got pulled over. But as I got older and as I got enlightened and after I gave my life to Christ and after I started making some different choices and started seeing my path change, I started seeing myself becoming successful. I have no problem picking up trash. I volunteer. I used to volunteer every MLK, a day on, not a day off, and walk around with my stick and my plastic bag picking up trash all over the city. My Young Life groups, we out there volunteering. My JSU college students, we volunteering, picking up trash all over the city for it to be trash be put back out there 2 days later. One of the biggest contributors to the blight and the trash of this city are campaign signs left out all over the city long after elections are over. I'm still seeing campaign signs all over this city. I ain't gonna call nobody out, but you know who you are. You pass your own sign. Have something about yourself and pull over and pick up your own sign. Now, how do you expect to improve this city? Or you gonna complain about the police, complain about JPS, you complain about going to Walmart and all these self-checkouts and this, that, and the other, but you won't even pick up your own campaign sign after your election, whether you won or lost. Go out there and get your signs up. Take a half a day or pay somebody to go get your signs up. It don't look good. You don't see that garbage like that all throughout Madison. You don't see that like that in Pearl. When the election is over, they have so many days to get them signs up or they're going to get fined. In Jackson, we just letting stuff go, y'all. Come on, I'm tired of complaining. I want to get out there and give a shout out to folks that's doing some good stuff. That's actually doing it consistently and not doing things so they can get an applause, but because they care about this city. So, what are your plans? Call me, 1-800-492-5186. What are you planning on doing different going into 2024? We'll be right back after this commercial.
The Mississippi Link is an African-American female-owned newspaper with a trusted voice that is highly respected throughout the city, state, and nation. Our motto, keepers of the knowledge for people who speak the truth, since 1993. Link significantly influences the thoughts, attitudes, and buying decisions of its readers. Call us at 601-368-8481 for your advertising needs. If you would like to receive a newspaper in the mail each week, our annual subscription is only $52 per year. That is only $1 per week for you to stay informed regarding many stories that you can only get in the Mississippi Link. Sign up today at themississippiLink.com and click on Home Delivery.
Have you had your Earthblend coffee today? At Earthblend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earthblend Coffee. To order, visit earthblendcoffee.co now.
Hey, we are back live in the studio. Man, I like that new commercial for that Earth Blend coffee. Man, that stuff looks good. Makes me want a cup. I'm the kind of guy, I can drink coffee at night and it not keep me awake. And so I just love the way coffee tastes. And this warms my body. It feels good. I like a hot cup of coffee better than I do a hot cup of hot chocolate. And so if you need that coffee, it make great Christmas gifts. You can get it right here at Garrett Enterprise. Come by and get you some of that Earth Blend coffee. We appreciate them supporting us. All right, we're back. We're talking about what are you planning on doing this upcoming new year. And I'm not talking about New Year's resolutions. This is not what we're talking about. We're not talking about a New Year's resolution because 9 times out of 10 it's not going to work. So what are your plans for this upcoming year? What are you planning on doing? If you fail to plan, you probably are planning to fail. You have to have a plan. Write the vision and make it plain so that reader can run with it and they can execute it. So if you write it down, it's more likely that you're going to accomplish it. And so I had a goal to when I was 59 years old, and I had a goal. I was going to lose 60 pounds by 60. And so, and I kept saying it. And then I started telling other people, I'm going to lose 60 pounds before I turn 60. And so that was a goal. So first it was a goal. Then it was a goal. It was so serious, I started telling other folks so that they could hold me accountable. It wasn't a faith thing. I have to actually do something different to lose 60 pounds. And so when Ronnie Crudup Jr., Representative Jr., opened up the ARC, I said, I'm going to join the ARC. And my wife and I talked about it. I said, I'm going to join the ARC. And so I paid my money for a whole year at one time. Bam, here you go. I'm committing it. So now not only did I say it, I committed to joining a gym. Not paying by the month. I paid it all at one time for the whole year. Okay, now I started talking to another buddy of mine who I used to work out with back in the day, Mr. Bush, Lee Bush, business guy. And Lee Bush is 75, almost 76, but he's in great shape. And I said, I won't be like that when I get 76. And so, and I asked Mr. Bush, when we used to work out, I said, man, you're already in shape. Why you work out? We used to work out at 5:30 in the morning. I said, you're already in shape. Why are you working out? He said, because when I turn 80, I want to wipe my own butt. I want to be able to wipe my own butt when I turn 80. And I said, oh, I like that. So that became a goal as well. So fast forward, I saw him at church. I said, hey, look, man, I joined the ARC. We need to start working out together again. And so he said, all right, when you want to go? I said, what about tomorrow, Monday? And we've been doing it now for probably 2 months, working out 6 o'clock in the morning at the ARC. We on that track, the two of us. And we're doing 3 miles a day. And we can do 3 miles in 45 minutes. So now we're starting to add other things, push-ups and this, that, and the other. And so already I've lost about 38 pounds. Already, not doing no super diet, I eat what I want to eat, but I had a goal and I still have about, 25 or so more pounds before March, so the next 3 months. So 60 pounds in a year is not hard. That's only 5 pounds a month. And it's not dieting, but I gave myself a realistic goal. All right, so give yourself a realistic goal. A realistic goal, not something crazy, stupid. It has to be measurable. Goals have to be SMART goals. They have to be specific, measurable. They have to be attainable is the A, the R. I forgot what the R meant, but I'll bring it back to you. And it has to have a time limit. That's the T for SMART goals. And so it has to be it has to have a time. So I'm going to lose weight by this amount of weight by this date. So you give yourself a date. And then you reward yourself. So anyway, all the experts say the best time to be consistent working out is when you have somebody to work out with, somebody hold you accountable. And some days I don't want to go, and I know Mr. Bush is at the gym waiting on me. He's driving from his house. And then some days he may not want to go, but he know I'm waiting on him. So we're holding each other accountable and not disappointing each other. And so, hey, I'm in good shape right now for 59 years old, wearing my old clothes, looking good. But I still have a goal. I would at one point I was at 260 pounds, 265. All right, got a call. All right, we got a caller. And so let me put this earpiece in. All right, who we got on the line? Hello, caller. Are you there?
Good evening, Mr. Gordon. Tim, how you doing this evening?
Hey, Tim, what's going on, man?
I'm doing good. I want to say about the new year, 2024.
Uh-huh.
My new moving forward is 2023 will be for me, trying to move forward, continue to work hard for myself because I'm trying to move to the next level for me in my life because everything changed for the rest of my life. New attitude because I'm not here working tax deeds on Tuesday and Friday. Then next month, I'm gonna work at different tax areas on Mondays and Thursdays, 3 days a week, try to get things started. By a lot of customers want to file that tax season on January to April of next year because I'm looking forward. I've been working with different tax areas for 8 years. Next year will be 9 years from now. Just I enjoy working over there on 3 days a week. Don't support the tax season. When people want to file that tax, you got your own business, your own house, or you pay your taxes for your own self because I file my taxes every twice a year myself because I get tax refund back to myself because I'm just enjoy working 2 jobs because it's hard to survive for me. I move forward to 2024, be a year for me.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, that sounds good, man. Sounds like you have a plan to keep working, to work 2 jobs like you're already doing. But do you have a goal what you want to do with that money that you're making? Do
I'm
you
gonna
have
use
a
that to pay my
specific
rent.
goal?
My first goal is to use that gold money to pay my rent, my phone bill, pay my tithes. That's it.
Your rent, phone bill, and tithes. All right, I'm gonna put you on the spot, Tim. You call me every week, and I always talk about. I said Tim Brown is a good dude, hard worker, neat, good dresser, committed brother. I say the only thing Tim needs is a wife. So Tim, you still on the line? Tim hung up before I was asking him this question. Tim, I was gonna ask you, man, do you have a goal for 2024 to find a wife? Cause I can put it out there for you now. I can tell them where to come so you can find them. Cause you gotta find them. She can't come find you. Man who finds a wife finds a good thing. So Tim is off the line right now. But if you looking and if you want to be found and you want to be married, if that's your goal for 2024 and you want to be married, go to New Horizon Church International and ask for Tim Brown. Just ask and then be around so he can find you. Don't go hunt him down so he can find you. I was watching this YouTube clip the other day, and this one sister, she got up at this church, and she said, she asked the pastor in front of everybody. She said, Pastor, where's all the good men? Now, I come to church, and all the men that's in church, they either already married, they too old, but single sisters like myself, we looking to be married, and we want to be married, and we coming to church, but where are the men? There ain't no men in church. And the pastor say, hold up, sister, hold up, wait a minute. Come on back up here. He brought up on the stage. She got all shy. So you saying that all the men in the church, a majority of the men in the church are married or too old? And he said, you look like you about in your late 20s, early 30s. He said, well, no, don't leave. I ain't going to embarrass you. I just want to prove a point. He said, all the men in here who are single in her age range, stand up. He said, no, I just want to show you something. Stand up. Man, dudes can't. He said, even in the overflow, if you in the overflow, come over into the main sanctuary. I kid you not. It was at least 50 dudes in there. Black men. And so she just dropped her head and there wasn't nothing else she could say. He said, you got to make yourself known. You got to make yourself available, and you got to make yourself known so that these brothers can find you. It was dudes up there on the floor reaching out, asking, wanting to take her out right then because they didn't know she was available. But it was a bunch of them. My point, listen, if you got a goal for 2024 that you want to be married, that you want to find someone, write it down. Set that goal out there. But then start, according to the word, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. But guess what? You got to be in a position to be found. You do. You have to be in a position to be found. Right? My wife and I, we've been married now 11 years, almost 12 years in June. I was married 21 years the first time. She was married 12 years the first time. We didn't know each other. We didn't cause each other's breakup. We didn't. But when my cousin found out that I was going through a divorce, he said, man, I got somebody you should meet. And then he and his wife already knew her. So they called her and said, hey, listen, what you doing? My cousin's on his way over here, and girl, you need to come meet this dude. She said, I'm in the bed. I ain't finna get up and drive all the way to Edwards. She said, listen, this is a good man. He's single. He's going through a divorce. You going through a divorce. He's a good father, good husband. He was a good husband, good father. All these, and so while she's trying to boost me up, he trying to boost her up. telling me what she looked like, how much money she made, what kind of job she got. She's a good mom, da-da-da-da-da. And I said, man, what she look like? Men, we want to know what she look like. And that's what I asked, what she look like. You telling me all these other good attributes, what she look like. You gotta be physically, at least physically attracted to a person. And he told me, I said, yeah, but did she got a kadonk? That's just me. I like butt. And I'm not really a breast man. But he said, man, yeah, she good, man. I tell you, she good. And so she eventually was convinced to get in the car, drive from Ridgeland to Edwards, Mississippi, so we could meet that night. We met that night. The conversation was good. Everything was good. Fast forward, we dated for 2 years. Now we're married. Been married 12 years, almost 12 years. But she had to be put in a position. She had to put herself in a position to be found. She didn't come chase me, but she had to put herself in a position so I could see her. And then once I saw her, the conversation was there. But she had all these other things that she had already accomplished and done. Sisters, do your thing. But in the process of doing your thing, if you want a good man, they out there. If that's what you want to do for 2024, they out there. Brothers, you want to be treated like a king? Listen, a king has his own castle. Stop wanting to be treated like a king, but you over there in her house. You ain't no king. She got her crib. She done went to college. She done got her apartment, got her house or whatever. But now you want to be over there shacking with her, whether it's a hood house, whether she got a voucher or whatever. She taking care of business, blah, blah. She got a house, but you want to go over there in her house. But you want to be treated like a king. Sister, stop trying to treat these dudes like a king. A king get to choose his queen. Why? Because he has his own castle. If a brother ain't got his own castle, don't try to treat him like no king. You messing up. You messing up. If a brother don't have his own castle, don't try to treat him like a king. You got to make him earn it. Y'all giving it away too easy. All right, next. So that's all for you, Tim. That's all for you. So if we have another caller, please give us a call, 1-800-492-5186. So let me ask you this. As you plan for 2024, what are your plans for the next year? As you go into the new year, follow the examples of others who have worked. When people have Bibles in their house or in their car, but they rarely open them and read them. Do you know the Bible is history? It is God's story. It is history. Even people who are not Christians read the Bible. Muslims read the Bible. They read the Quran and they read the Bible. Nation Islam, 5%ers, whatever. Folks, they study, they read other books. But it's a whole book, 66 books of folks who did the right thing and folks who did the wrong thing. Follow the example of folks who did the right thing and succeed. Avoid the examples of folks that did the wrong thing. You know, I never smoked crack. You know why I never smoked crack? I grew up in the crack epidemic. I never smoked crack because I saw what crack was doing to folk. I didn't want to be like that, so I never did crack. I had an example of what I didn't want to be like. Even as a father, I grew up in a single parent home. I didn't want to be like my daddy. My father was an example of what not to do. So there are examples out there. If you just open your eyes and you want to do something different for 2024, there are examples out there of folks you can follow that I don't want to be like that. I tell you, I listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show most mornings. Now that I have my own little podcast and TV and folks can watch me, whoever, wherever. I don't know who watch. I leave that up to the producers. I'll just show up and try to give you some content because that's what Mr. Garrett asked me for, was some content. And I appreciate the opportunity to do this. But, man, I was like, I like Steve Harvey's format. I like what the brother stands for. I like how he shout out God. I like how he's still funny and he's still himself. But he always says, look, y'all talk to God. He'd love to hear from you. And Even though he's a comedian, he's funny, he's giving some good stuff. I said, you know what? My mother always taught me, whatever you do, be the best at it. I want to have the best show on We Believe Network. I don't know where I stand on it, you know. I thank God for the opportunity. But eventually, I want the Provem Wrong show to be the #1 show on this network. I don't know where it's going to lead to. But I have a goal that as long as I'm sitting in this chair and I'm doing this, I want to give some content where folks can say, you know what, I heard that on the Provem Wrong show. That made sense. I'm going to try that. So going into this new year, listen, follow the example of people who have done great things. It's nothing wrong with wanting to be like somebody else. Put in the work. I think I told you on my last show with Councilman Stokes. His son is a doctor, Dr. Stokes. And when he came to Lanier to speak to these young men, these high school students, he said 3 words. I'm going to give you 3 words, 3 simple words. He said, do, be, have. Be, do, have. Three words. He says in the order that makes the difference, the order you put those 3 words. Be in your mind, in your starts in your mind. If you want to be the first chair, he told the guy, anybody in the band, if you want to be first chair, you got to be that in your mind first. Just see yourself doing that. Then he said, in order to be that, you got to do what the person who's in that chair did. You got to do what they did. So if you want to play in the NBA, starts here. NBA players shoot 1,000 shots a day. Are you willing to shoot 1,000 shots a day now? Not when you get to the NBA. Do it now. I was at the Arc this morning, and it was 4 young men, 6 o'clock, all high school age. They out there with their personal trainer hooping, going through all these drills. I'm not talking about playing pickup basketball. They were doing all kind of serious drills with a personal trainer. They're investing in themselves. I pray they get up that early to go take the ACT. But they getting up that early to go practice because they trying to get better. All right? Do, be, have. Be in that order. Do what other folks do, then you can have what they have. I don't mind. That's why one of the other reasons why I like walking and talking and working out with Mr. Bush. He's a successful businessman. That's why one of the reasons why I'm glad Socrates Garrett is giving me an open door policy to sit down and pick his brain. He's a successful businessman. And so there's nothing wrong, brothers, following another man. Find someone who's worthy to follow. Paul told Timothy, follow me as I follow Christ. I tell my students, follow me as I follow Christ. All the young men and the young ladies that I mentor through my Young Life organization and through Provem Wrong, I say, follow me as I follow Christ. But when I stop following Christ, stop following me, because I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else. And I'm subject to make some mistakes. I'm subject to fall. All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But I'm determined. I want to be successful, and I want to help others be successful as well. And so I read, I study, and for 2024, we're taking it to another level. I ain't telling you yet, but I've already told you. I'm going to be at 200 pounds by March the 19th, 2024. That was my goal, to lose 60 pounds. So I'm going to do that. That's one of the things I know I'm going to accomplish. So I'm headed there. Listen, we got one more commercial. We'll be right back after this, and we're going to end the show. All right, check this out.
SocratesGarrettENT.com is a diversified firm specializing in recycled aggregates and crushed concrete. SocratesGarrettENT.com's recycled materials provide the construction industry with significant economic and environmental benefits by recycling clean concrete rubble into M.Dot grade rock materials. Recycled aggregates and crushed concrete can be applied to driveways, road construction, bank protection, parking lots, general bulk fills, and more. For more information, please call 601-896-0084 or visit us online at SocratesGarrettENT.com.
Hey, have you heard about the Accountable Card? It's more than a card. It's a complete mobile banking service that's accountable to all of us. You'll get a no credit check debit card good anywhere Visa is accepted to make purchases, deposits, even get or transfer cash with an FDIC insured bank account managed from our smartphone app. There's even a pre-approved no interest line of credit if you need emergency cash. So why go to the bank when you can have ours in your pocket? Get accountable. Just download our app today.
All right, we are back for our final few minutes. And so, again, this upcoming new year, have something written down. Know what it is you want to accomplish. You know, part of 2023, I tell you I have real estate and all that kind of stuff, rental properties. And so I had a goal of paying off one of my houses early. So I did that. That was a goal. Got it checked off. And I still I'm a paper and pencil kind of dude. I don't use my phone a whole lot. When I write stuff, I still write stuff down. So daily I put down, I'm a goal-oriented type person. So I write down things to do, sometimes every day. Things to do that I know I need to get done today. And I have it on a little envelope or a little piece of paper, and I keep it on the visor of my car or whatever. And I like when I get got that done, check it out. But I hate at the end of the day when I look at that list and, man, I only checked off 3 things today. But I had 10 on my list. But I had a pastor years ago. He told me, he said, man, we need to learn to celebrate our successes. He said, too often we don't celebrate our successes and we focus on the setbacks or the failures. And he said, but out of 365 days a year, I guarantee you have more successes than you do failures. So what he was saying, out of 365 days a year, each day when we get up, we got to fight the enemy. We got to fight the one that tries to knock you down. We got to fight the one that says you ain't going to make it. We got to fight the one, if your struggle is alcohol, you got to fight that alcohol demon daily. If your struggle is drugs, you got to fight the drugs daily. If your struggle is lust, pornography, you got to fight that demon daily. Whatever it is, if it's overeating, gluttony, you got to fight it daily. If it's bad mouthing, you know you're a gossiper, you got to fight that thing daily. If you know if yours is pride, you think you better than everybody and everything, can't nobody do it right but you, that's pride. And whatever it is, we all have something we got to fight, y'all. But if we learn to celebrate those days where, you know, that's one of my favorite songs is Today Was a Good Day, Ice Cube. Yes, that's one of my favorite jams. And at the end of the day, if I could say today was a good day, I may not have gotten everything on my list done. I may not have done this, that, and the other. You know, I may not have prayed as long as I wanted to do. Maybe I've even forgot to pray this day. But at the end of the day, if I whoop that demon's butt that day that I'm fighting, today was a good day. Yes. And that pastor back then reminded me that, brother, we got to learn to celebrate our victories because we have more victories than we have defeats. He said, just think about it. Man, out of 365 days a year, you got more days that you won than days that you lost. I was like, man, I hadn't thought about it, and so I'm passing it on. That's not a Vince Gordon original. That was given to me by somebody else. Now, he's struggling right now. That brother that gave, that's why I'm not going to tell you his name, because I'm hoping he hurry up and get back on this side of the fence, because he's struggling right now. I'm praying he would come to his senses and come back to the right side. But I appreciate that wisdom he gave me. Man, look, crackheads can give you wisdom. I remember had a group of high school students coming from Lanier, a bus. I was taking kids home after Young Life Club. And these young folks, they were wilding out that day. For some reason, they were just wilding out that day. And I stopped on the corner of Martin Luther King and Woodrow Wilson at my shop where I go to, McElroy's Auto Shop. If you need brakes done, if you need oil changes, go to McElroy. And it was back then a bunch. They hang out across the street now, but they used to hang out at the shop over there on the other side of the shop, that little side street. It was about 5 people hanging out there, grown folk. They was drinking, smoking. They were drunk midday, about 4:30 in the afternoon. They drunk. I pulled that bus right over there. I said, hey, y'all come, I got a group of teenagers on this bus. Y'all come over here and tell these young folks something that'll help keep them on the right track. Man, them jokers came on that bus, they had the alcohol, and they started telling them, you don't want to be like me. I went to Lanier. You don't want to be like me. I used to be out there shagging them golf balls. I ain't never finished school. You need to listen to this man. Stay in school. Do what he telling you to do, because you don't want to end up like this. One lady said, look here, I got 2 daughters go over there. Shit, they drunk as all. I got 2 daughters go over there. I ain't no good example. I wish they get in this man program. And so this was like unscripted, off the cuff. I do wild stuff sometimes to try to get these young folks to say, man, do something different. Because if you don't, that's where you're gonna end up like that. The guys that's on the corner with these signs, will work, need food, God bless you. They ain't just end up like that today. Some of them, they think it's a little hustle. Some of them just day to day so they can get something to drink and smoke. Sleeping over there on Gallatin on the side of the road. Ain't no room in Billy Barfield house. It's getting colder and colder, so they going in abandoned buildings and lighting them on fire. But they just trying to get enough money to get a fix. Ain't changed clothes, ain't had a bath, but they didn't wake up that day and turn into that. That was over years, months and years of bad choices, and then you get that as a result. So I'm telling you, for 2024, have a plan on what you want to do, because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And you'll wake up one morning and like, man, how did I end up like this? How did I end up homeless? Because you were hanging around the wrong people. You making bad decisions. I'm trying to end the show, y'all, on a happy note and a good note. But as I drive through Jackson, I remember the crack epidemic, and how you would see just communities and communities going down because of crack. It's not crack anymore. The new drug is laziness. You know, folks have no goals, no hope. They think this is all the life. I don't know. But it has the same look in our community, especially in South Jackson and Gallatin area, Terry Road, McDowell Road, Lynch Street, you know, certain areas in West and South Jackson, man, it looks like the 80s. Jackson is just declining. Even parts of downtown Jackson. But for this to be the capital city, ain't nothing hopping downtown. My family come to town, we at the house. I can't take them anywhere. Ain't a whole lot to take them to when they come out from out. That's why we go to their house. We go to D.C., we go to Maryland, we go to Minnesota, we go to California, we go to Chicago. At least it's something to do. We got to do better, Jackson. We got to do better, mayor, city council, supervisors, school board, superintendent. We got to make a city, man, that we want our children to come to and to stay when they graduate. So, listen, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a Happy New Year. It is 8 o'clock. That means we have had exactly a 1-hour show tonight with no guests. And so I do wish you all a Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous new year. God bless you. Prove 'em wrong, y'all. We can do it.